Hey guys, it's Kyle.
I'm Nick.
Do you like movies?
How about TV shows?
Pop culture?
Then check out Dem Fancy Dinosaurs.
For all your movies, TV shows, and pop culture needs,
You can find us on Podbean. Just search for Dem Fancy Dinosaurs. We're also available on Spotify and wherever you can get good podcasts.
check it out now. Remember guys, stay fancy and enjoy the rest of the show.
Happy New Year, everybody. RJ here with your newest episode of Realms and Nerds. Just a few quick things before we get started with this week's episode. Don't forget to subscribe, whether you listen to us through Apple Podcasts or Spotify or TuneIn or CastBox or however you're listening to our show. If you listen to us through Apple Podcasts or iTunes, we would super appreciate it if you would quick leave us a rating. It's super easy and simple to do. You're just giving us a rating out of 5 stars. It really helps us to be able to be seen on Apple Podcasts, which is the biggest app for listening to podcasts. Don't forget you can find us on social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook. We have a Facebook fan group as well, which you can find through our Facebook page. We're also on Instagram and Tumblr. Also, if you make a post on social media, don't forget to include the hashtag RealmsNerds, all one word, RealmsNerds. I know for sure on Twitter, it's an easy way for people to actually find our Twitter account, but it's also just an easy way for them to see your posts about it, whether it be fan art or your thoughts on the show, or whatever. It's just like a quick and easy way for people to see more posts about our show through your posts about the show. And if you like our podcast, we also suggest sharing it with your friends and your family, your loved ones, whoever you think might enjoy the podcast. It is one of the best ways to help our podcast grow. Thank you once again to our dear friend Kyle for composing our main introductory theme. Thank you, listeners, for taking the time to listen to our show, especially this past year. In the first 9 months that we've been at this, by the end of 2018, we already reached over 1,000 downloads, and we super duper appreciate you all for helping us get there. Now, I've talked for far too long, and it's about time that we get into episode 15 in the Return of Ornon. Previously on Realms and Nerds, the Return of Ornon.
I have heard that my oldest of enemies has headed off to the north.
My information confirms what you've heard. He did go north to a place called Icy Pass.
There are 2 figures working on building some kind of a barricade, and you recognize them both as being Dragonborn.
Hail, Elder.
May I ask what your name is?
My name is Rhomash Scarbearer.
Rhomash, you probably don't remember me. I'm your uncle. Just kind of arrived at the crest of this hill along the pass, and Rhomash has met this guy who is his uncle. And everybody else, you guys were all hiding, right? Rhomash went up alone?
Correct.
Pretty much.
How well can Joan hide when he's 7 foot tall?
He lays down. He's thin as a board.
Yeah, no, I know. We were just peeking over, so height doesn't matter much in that case.
Anyway,
Okay.
so yeah, Rhomash does like the double take of the century, like the fuck, and says, My uncle? Where have you? I don't know what to say. I mean, I thought my parents were my only family.
Well, that's alright, my boy. I was away for quite some time. I'm sure your parents probably thought that I was dead.
Well, they never really made any mention of you at all. I didn't know. Are you my mother's brother? My father's brother? Whose family are you?
Oh, of course, yes. I'm your father's brother. We had quite a few adventures together before he met your mother. This is, and he gestures to the other Dragonborn next to him. This is my wife, Amda.
So, that means I have an aunt, too.
Yes, that's generally the way it works.
Do I have cousins? Is there more of you?
No, there's just the 2 of us.
Oh. So what are you doing here? What's with this wall you're building, or whatever it is?
So he actually turns, and it's not one wall, it's actually 3 separate walls that are built sort of staggered along, and they're blocking off the sort of at different intervals along the path. So he says, there's a necromancer that lives farther up in the hills here, and he is mustering a skeleton army to come down this way. We're preparing defenses to fight him.
Skeletons, huh? I want a piece of that action. But you say a necromancer. Have you seen him?
Not personally. I've seen his effects, and we've heard stories from some of the locals that live here in the mountains.
Well, just so you're aware, I'm not here alone. I actually came with a group of other adventurers. We are actually looking for someone out here of great evil. And this necromancer you speak of may be the very person we seek. Would you mind if I go and let them know it's okay to come over?
Yes, of course.
Rhomash just kind of waves to the group.
I think he means there's danger.
Joan, are you...
I'm just kidding. Let's
Everybody
go.
cool?
Are you daft, man?
For real?
So you guys come on over, or what's the game?
Of course.
Hello,
Cautiously.
Rhomash. And,
Say hello to my uncle and my aunt, who I never knew existed, but hey, you learn
I've
something
seen
new every
a
day.
slight resemblance.
by which you mean that they're all dragon people and they're similar color.
How did you know?
So, Rhomash, you got family. Wonder what that's like.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Razark, and this is my wife, Amna.
Pleasure to make your acquaintances.
Nice to meet you, Razark and Dakarok.
Amna.
Amda. Sorry,
You
no.
all have beautiful skin.
Well, thank you.
You may know me as Razark the Skullbane.
Are you known in these parts?
Well, to some at least.
I don't think any of us are from around here.
I hail from the wastelands, and I think that's about as north as you're gonna get from us.
Well, I mean, he's my family. I'm from around here. I didn't know he was here, so I think it's pretty safe to assume word doesn't travel very far around here.
Well, I've been, like I said to Rhomash, I've been away for quite some time. I was across the sea. All kinds of things going on there. People to be saved and stuff of that nature.
There's other places across the sea?
Oh yes, my boy, oh yes.
What? My whole world just shattered.
Places that you are not the law.
You've never heard of the lands across the sea?
No, I live a pretty secluded life.
Joan.
I've heard that there are pirates.
Oh yes, plenty of pirates. Really, you'll all have to, if you have the time, you really should visit the Golden Islands. They are beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, perfect place to kick back and have a drink.
So I've heard.
Baller.
Dad used to tell me stories of the islands all the time.
Well, this is all very, interesting, and I'll have to come back to you about that island. We do have some pressing matters to attend to. This necromancer you mentioned, Mikhail. I believe this necromancer he mentioned may very well be Malleoculus.
Does he fit the description? 3 horns bearing fiery wings and a bright red skin, a firecaster.
Like I was telling Rhomash, I have not actually seen this man with my own eyes, only stories from the villagers around the area. I have, however, fought several of his skeletons.
Yes, we were informed that this necromancer's forces probably took this path headed north. Can you comment on that? Have you seen any of them through here?
I haven't exactly seen anyone, so to speak. However, several piles of bones that I found that I assume were once walking skeletons seem to be fairly charred. I don't know if that really fits the description.
Possibly. But it doesn't sound like we have enough to go on to assume it's Malleoculus, so... But this still presents a problem. Perhaps this necromancer serves the Lich, and we should probably deal with him.
So as you're talking, you start to hear from farther up the pass, kind of around a bend, there is sort of a rumbling and a clattering that starts very faint and distant.
You guys hear that?
It sounds of battle.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
It's the skeletons. We must prepare, quickly. Let me paint this picture for you here, okay? So you are at the top of this hill, and there is this road that leads down from the top of the hill to a bridge over a small stream. And then after it goes across the bridge, it kind of curves off to the left. On either side of the road, because this road is like a pass, on either side there are hills that kind of slope up. On the hill to your right, there is a large catapult built there. And on the hill to your left, there is kind of a wooden barricade that's been built for cover, and behind it are resting 3 big crossbows and a brazier to light your arrows with.
I notice the catapult, and then I look at Joan. Joan, I have a way for you to cross the river.
That's funny.
Okay, so
Wait, what was the other thing? The fire and what on the left side?
on the left side there's a barricade for the archers to sit behind,
Okay.
and then just a little brazier to light your arrows with. so
How
you can
big is
win
the
over.
small creek you were talking about? Is it small to walk across?
No, smaller. It's probably about 10 feet across.
Oh, it's not bad. So we can funnel them. Well, we can.
Is it deep
Deeper.
and fast?
Please say rushing water.
It's fairly quick.
Enough to where if you were trying to wade across, it would kind of knock you over and drag you in the current?
Sounds more like difficult.
Yeah,
terrain than
it's like I said, it's about 10 feet across. At the deepest point, we're probably talking 4 feet or so. So not incredibly deep, but still fairly fast. Definitely gonna be, if you got in the water, it'd be difficult to get across.
How big is this bridge across? Like
Wide?
Wide. Sorry.
Width?
Wide. Yes, width.
Talking a breadth.
Breadth.
Yeah, the width
Abreast.
is about the same as the road.
Which is?
So we're about 8 feet.
All right.
About 4 men abreast.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah.
So anyways, there are, built along the road, what you noticed before, there are 3 separate barricades that are built across the road. The first one is about 10 feet away from the bridge, and then the second and third are spaced about 10 feet past those.
Are they like staggered?
No, they go across the whole road.
The
Okay.
whole walkway.
So because there's the hill, they essentially are blocking in. They, like, you cannot get farther up unless you break through these barricades.
Are they like tree branches that have
They
the
slope.
branches sticking out like spears facing, or are they like actual like little walls?
These are pretty sturdy built walls.
Like a cascade.
Sure. They're solid, it's not just some brush thrown on the road. And the barriers are each about 5 feet tall. There is 1 spear behind each of the barricades. Behind the last barricade is a big kind of wooden... It's like wood and also like kind of some metal stakes that have been like tied together to make sort of a shelving unit. And it's holding a bunch of fire bombs.
Hell yeah.
On the back of the first wall?
No, back of the last
wall.
Okay. So the one closest to us?
Yes, the one closest to you, farthest away from the bridge.
Okay.
Behind that one, there's
Okay.
the firebox. Okay, so functionally, the pass-through really is a pass. It's probably the only way that's easily traversable. I have numbers for you, so you guys gotta pay attention here, okay? So here's what we got as far as stuff, okay? Each barricade along the road has 100 hit points. Once they reach the first barricade, if they are left unchecked, they will do 20 damage to the barricade per turn. If someone gets up there and either uses one of the siege spears that's left next to the barricade, or, I guess if you want to do some other big attack, you can push them back a little bit and the barricade will only take half damage, so it'll take 10. The catapult takes a full turn to reload, but you do not have to man it to reload it. If you are on the catapult, Starting it takes half of your movement speed, but then you still have, your attack or whatever. So the catapult does 1d12 times 10 fire damage.
Fuck yeah!
So it's good. Yeah. It's just gonna be. We're just gonna do 1d12 roll and then just times it by 10. The fire bombs behind the last barricade do 2d12 fire damage. So the spear does 1d6 piercing. However, you can do the spear as a bonus action as well if you want.
So you can do an attack.
So if you wanted to, you could make a main attack and then grab the spear and use it to push them back. Or you could just hold the spear and continue to use that. If you use the spear, you get a boost to your strength check to try and push the skeletons back. So the bows do 1d8 piercing and 2d6 fire. The attack bonus on the big bows is 3. That should be everything. As you are being shown all of the different defenses and the various weapons, this sound has been getting steadily louder, and suddenly up at the top of the far hill, you see a horde of skeletons start to crest the hill. There is just rows and rows of these guys sprinting, dragging, crawling down the hill as fast as they can.
This is gonna be a fucking good day, boys and
Where
ladies.
are you guys going?
Rhomash runs to the front barricade.
I think that Brunhilde would go towards the ballista.
Okay.
Seeing as it's very...
Amda is also going to be on one of the crossbows. Razark is going to run up towards the first wall. As he gets there, he bends down and picks something up that you had not previously seen and puts it onto his back, and he turns to Joan and he says, "If you're from the Wastelands, you should recognize this." And it is a flamethrower.
Hell yeah!
Where's everybody else going?
We need someone on the catapult.
I will man the catapult. Unless Mikhail wants to.
I'm drawing my longbow and just kind of picking my shots.
Okay, so are you just going to stand behind the last barricade at this point, or where are you going to be?
Near the catapult.
Okay.
So I have a good vantage point without anything blocking my way, but still have good protection.
Okay.
Seebo's gonna climb up on top of the second wall, pull out his short bow, shoot from there.
If you have a halved movement speed, so if you're up by the crossbow and you've got to reload, you can get down to where the fire bombs are, behind that last part, but not past that. If you have full movement speed, you can go down the hill and back up, but you can't quite make it to whatever weapon you're going for. So, if you're coming from the crossbows going to the catapult, or vice versa.
Seebo can just climb the wall without a movement speed, halving. So, would he be able to go from here to here?
Yeah, with the way the walls are set up, if you did, a fairly decent athletics check...
Okay.
Well, fair. There's going to be a lot of verticality, so we'll figure out sort of the nitty-gritty numbers of it. As long as it's not something crazy that you want to do, I'll probably let you do it, as long as it makes sense.
Okay. So, you were talking about from the catapult to the crossbows. Would Joan be able to make it to the fire bombs and back to the catapult, back and forth? Use the catapult next turn while it's reloading, get a firebomb and toss it, and then go back to the catapult?
You could go... So you could make it, you could start the catapult reload, go down and get a fireball and throw it, but then you would be down there, and at the start of your next turn, then you could run back to the catapult.
I'm just making sure I have a way to attack
you could go back and forth, or, however you want to do it.
I hope you brought enough bullets, Joan.
Well, that's why I'm not going to use my gun, thank you much.
Best way to catch up with family is kill some fucking skeletons.
I will drink to that. God, that is good.
So at this point, all of the people using bows right now have an opportunity to make a shot at the skeletons.
If I use my gun, do I also have that same opportunity?
Yeah, I think that would also...
Because I do have a bullet, so I think I'm going to try
We could
that.
use the last bullet.
Okay. You could probably... you could do
Solid.
whatever on that.
Make it count.
So, everybody that has got a ranged weapon, let's just go around here. Let's start... we'll start with Mikhail. Are you going to make an attack, or are you...
Yeah, no, he's definitely making an attack.
Okay.
But he's kind of looking for anyone bearing rank.
There really aren't any. I mean, this is a skeleton army that was raised
This is
by
like
a
the
necromancer.
Urukai at Helm's Deep. You can't really find a rank. You just kind of shoot into the mass and hope that you kill at least one.
This makes me think more of World War Z, honestly.
Right, yeah, I mean, they're just a bunch of skeletons that were raised by a necromancer. They're not really like a
An
functional
organized
army per se. It's more of a horde.
It's a 7.
That is not going to connect with any of them.
Well, fuck. I just shoot the dirt in between.
Yeah, somehow
Couple
you
of
missed the
marching
horde of
skeletons.
zombies. Joan, go ahead.
Alright, I'm going to use second level chromatic orb
Okay.
with fire damage if it makes it. 23.
That is.
Holy crap.
17 fire damage.
As you impact into this crowd of zombies, or zombies.
Skeletons.
Ash said World War Z like 8 times, and now that's stuck in my head. The orb slams into these skeletons, and one of them goes down. The way I'm doing the damage for this also is cascading. So if you do enough damage to kill 3 of them, it's just going to take 3 down instead of being a ton of damage on one of them. Okay, Seebo, you're attacking.
19.
That'll hit him.
So 5 damage.
Yeah, that's enough to take one of them down. Brunhilde.
As I got up there, she readied her light crossbow so that she didn't have to waste one of the big bolts to start out with until they were close enough that she could get a good hit off.
Okay.
15?
That'll hit.
10?
Yeah, another one of the skeletons drops. Is Rhomash doing anything?
Yeah, right in front of, 5 feet away from the barricade.
Okay.
In front of him, he's going to cast Moonbeam. It's got a 5-foot radius,
Okay.
and it's 40 feet high cylinder, so if this whole thing is like 8 feet wide, there's not much room for getting through. So whoever enters it takes 2d10 radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful save. They have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
So, are they near the barricade yet?
No, they haven't even crossed the bridge yet. They're still
Rhomash is going to pick up one of them spears and ready a shield, right over the edge of the barricade to give himself some good cover.
Okay. Razark is not gonna really do anything, he's just getting ready as well. Amda is going to shoot one of the big bows at them. And she hits for 11 points of damage.
Good shot.
So now the skeletons are reaching the bridge and coming across. And so they're gonna have to do what's the save?
So the Constitution saving throw. They have to be a 13.
That's a 7.
Yeah, that's not going to cut it.
No.
Alright, so they take full damage. They take 15 radiant damage.
Okay.
Burn, you skeleton scum!
Alright, so at this point now, we need to do a roll for initiative. Alright, what do we got, boys?
Well, Rhomash got a 7.
18.
17.
21.
17.
What's your initiative?
Plus 2.
Plus 3, baby.
You win.
I always win.
Okay.
Except when I don't.
Okay, so first up in the order is going to be Seebo.
So Seebo is gonna fire his short bow at the crowd.
Okay.
9.
Yeah, that will not hit him. Mikhail is up.
Mikhail draws his longbow. Mikhail just kind of picks a skeleton and fires into the horde.
Okay.
18.
That'll hit him.
With 8 damage.
Okay. Next up is Joan.
Joan is going to use the catapult that he is now by.
Okay.
Is there an attack bonus when I'm rolling?
You actually don't need to roll to see if the attack hits, because you're launching flaming fireballs that are like a 1.5 feet across.
Okay.
Like, they're just gonna hit.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, so you adjust range, adjust elevation.
Kind of
Pick up some blades
Shoot
of grass.
into
check
the
the wind.
mud.
Shoot. The catapult goes back.
Throw some grass up in the air to see what the wind is like.
Yep.
Alright, so let loose.
Oh, here it is. 1d12. I've never used this die before. How
I
about
know.
that? So that is a 12, and then times 10, so 120 damage.
Holy crap!
So as this catapult impacts into the horde, you just obliterate a nice chunk of them here.
Wish I could take this with me.
Well done. Fire another one like that.
Yeah.
Next up is Brunhilde.
She's gonna fire off the ballista in front of her. Do I have a proficiency with it?
Do you have proficiency with bows?
Yeah, okay. I got you. I got you. Alright. Okay, so that's like a 22.
That's like gonna hit.
I'm
So
seeing this
2d6.
spear kind of like surfing because both you said like. Is that gonna hit? Yeah, that's like gonna hit.
Hit, bro.
11.
Damage for piercing and a damage for fire, right?
I didn't do the damage for fire.
It's
That's-
1d8.
So
piercing.
1d8.
1d8
Well, I mean,
piercing.
he ended up with how'd you end up with 11 damage?
He added something to it
And
after
then
he rolled.
it's okay. It's 2d or it's 11 for fire and 2 for piercing.
It's 1d8 piercing, 2d6 fire.
I think he's adding the dexterity modifier to it as well, because it's a crossbow.
Yeah, that's where he's getting the...
I think that's where he's
Okay.
getting the additional numbers. Right?
Yep.
Are we doing that
Okay.
with those?
Or would it do?
Just try to
Oh,
establish
If you
that.
have the proficiency, then yeah. So then is it 13 total?
Yes.
Okay. Next up is Razark. And he is going to jump up on top of the wall and use his flamethrower to shoot some fire down at the skeletons below. So he does 10 points of damage with that.
Are they up against the barricade yet?
Yeah, they're up against the barricade. Next up is Rhomash.
Rhomash is going to first use his breath weapon.
Okay.
So everyone in a 5 by 30 foot line in front of me takes 2d6 fire damage. So how would I do that? Normal damage?
Just roll your 2d6.
Alright. So 6 fire damage.
Okay.
And as the bonus action, he's going to use the spear. That's 7.
So yeah, that's not going to do it. I do also need you to do a strength check for me.
Alright. 8.
So you actually are not able to push the skeletons back enough as you try to repulse them. So that wall is going to take damage.
What is the boost to the strength check you're giving us when we do that, by the way?
Oh yeah, you didn't tell that.
Because you said that because of the spear, it gives you a boost to your strength check to hold them back.
Oh yeah, the spear is a +2.
Oh, so that would have been 10.
That still does not quite do it.
Just on the edge of glory.
So yeah, so that barricade takes some damage. Next up is the skeletons.
Do they take the radiant damage? Whenever they start their turn.
So they take they get hit whenever they enter and whenever they start.
Whenever
their
they
turn.
enter
Okay.
or start their turn.
So yeah, roll the radiant damage on that.
That's 9 radiant damage.
Okay. So now they are gonna attack here. They get a couple attacks. First, they are going to try to attack both Rhomash and Razark. That's not gonna hit on Razark. That's an 11 against AC.
No, it's not going to do it.
Okay. And then they are also going to try and shoot an arrow at Seebo. And that's an 11. Okay. They are unsuccessful.
Good first round, everyone. Well done. Well done indeed.
Amda is up next, and she is going to shoot another bolt at the skeletons. She does 15 points of damage.
Atianda, you're the best.
We're up to the top. Seebo.
Alright, Seebo's gonna
climb up the hill
Okay.
to get to the ballista. Do you want me to roll an athletics check?
Yeah, do an athletics.
10.
Yeah, that's enough to get up there.
Alright, and he's gonna man the third ballista. And
Okay.
he's gonna fire into the horde.
Okay.
Unnatural 20.
Yeah, 20 will hit.
Natural. Just
10.
Alright, so you fire a bolt into the crowd and you take down one of the skeletons. Mikhail is up next.
He is going to draw his longbow and fire another round.
Okay.
It's a 17.
That'll hit him.
4 or 5 points of damage.
You connect with one of the skeletons, not quite enough to bring him down. Joan is up.
Joan's going to start reloading the catapult, and then he's going to go down and grab one of the fire bombs and lob it towards the skeletons. Do I have to roll for attack on that?
Yeah, roll for attack, and that is a +4 on the fire bombs.
Okay. That is 17.
That will hit.
So 14 damage.
So, you lob this firebomb over the top of the barricades, and it lands in the skeleton horde, and you take out 2 of them. Next up is Brunhilde.
I'm gonna shoot the ballista again. And this time it's going to be not fucked up. 20, an unnatural 20.
Okay, that'll hit him.
So, ballista first, or piercing damage first. And then fire damage. 17.
You take down one of the skeletons. Razark is up next, and he is going to let loose with his flamethrower again, and singes them for 12 points of damage, taking down another one of the skeletons. Rhomash, you are up.
Rhomash is, I guess, going to throw a produce flame at the horde and do the spear thing. So first I'll do the flame. 21.
Okay, that'll hit him.
That's 1 fire damage.
Okay.
Hey, 1's better than none.
You know what? Actually, as that hits, that is enough to take down one of these skeletons.
Flame! And then he's gonna attack with the spear.
Okay.
10 with the spear.
10 is not going to hit.
Do I have to do that strength check
However,
again?
you do need to do a strength check as well.
8.
That also does not hit.
God, I'm whiffing these strength checks. This is not good.
So next up is the skeletons. So one of them is going to try to take an attack on Rhomash here.
What about the radiant damage?
Oh, yeah, I get that. Go ahead and roll your damage.
So... Oh, wait, they have to roll a Constitution saving throw, just so you're right.
Okay, Constitution is... That was a critical fail, so
Well,
3
okay,
total.
so there's that roll, and... They're going to take 19 radiant damage.
The radiant damage hits these skeletons again, and one of them drops to the ground. Alright, so start off on their attack here. One of them is going to try to attack Rhomash. 23.
Yeah, that's going to do it.
He's actually going to hit you for 9 points of damage. I think Rhomash, in his spear driving here, got a little bit too ambitious and got too close to the wall, and this skeleton sticks his sword in through one of the gaps in the wall and catches him a nice gash in the side.
Wait till I get you back, buddy.
Another one of them is going to try and shoot at Mikhail. 7. That's not going to hit.
No, it will not.
You don't even have to tell me. I already know. The skeletons are also going to try and shoot at Brunhilde up there on the hill. Okay. That is a 14.
Nope.
Okay, that one does not connect either. Next up is Amda, and she is going to try to attack with the bow that she is on here. So she will take down 2 of the skeletons, actually, as this bolt smacks into the horde here. And Seebo is up.
I think Seebo's gonna stand the ballista. Fire another shot into the horde. It's gonna be an 18.
That'll hit.
8 points of piercing fire damage.
Okay. And another one goes down. Mikhail is up.
He draws his longbow and would like to choose a forward unit of the skeletons, kind of
Okay.
whoever's close, and he's going to fire into them. That's an 18.
That hits.
9 points of damage.
And another one of them drops.
Dropping like 4.
Joan, you are up.
Jones making his way downtown back to the catapult.
Okay.
Alright, let's see what this sucker can do this time. That's gonna be 120 points of fire damage.
Are you serious?
Right.
I can take a photo of it right now and send it to you.
I mean, we're sitting across the room from each other. It doesn't even get that drastic. Let's just... Wow.
Make it rain, Joan.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Joan, did you do that?
Joan, you launch a fireball, and it is spectacular. It lands right smack dab in the center of these skeletons, and just blows about 12 of them away.
Almost makes you forget all the times I burnt trees.
We'll never
Almost.
forget that.
Almost.
Brunhilde is up.
Yeah, I'll take another shot with the ballista. 9. Yeah.
That is not going to hit. Razark is up next, and he is going to take another attack with his flamethrower. He is able to take down another one of the skeletons. Rhomash, you're up next.
Okay, so they're right up against the barricade. So Rhomash is going to swing his quarterstaff two-handed.
Okay.
He's gonna set the spear down real quick and do this with the quarterstaff. That's 23,
That hits.
and that's 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
So that's actually going to be 18 points of damage.
Oh, whoa! Okay, that's cool. Note to self, use the quarterstaff. And then he's going to pick the spear back up real quick and try to take another stab at him.
Okay.
19.
Yeah, that hits as an attack.
And that's 5 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then I gotta do the strength check.
And then do a strength check.
That's an 8.
Okay, that is
Fine.
also not going to do it.
Failing at these.
So,
You'll do better, Rhomash.
Rhomash
next up is the skeleton, so go ahead and do your thing here.
Oh, wait, they have to roll.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm going to do Constitution, right?
Yep, Constitution.
11.
Nope, it's not gonna do it.
Mm.
So. That's 15 points of radiant damage.
Okay, and another 2 of the skeletons drop to the ground. So this time, instead of trying to attack everyone, the skeletons actually kind of band together even tighter than they were before, and they are going to take a run at the wall and start trying to push. We've got Rhomash and Razark down there. 2 people is probably going to be insufficient to hold this push. If somebody else wants to run down there and try to help them with a strength check as well,
I'll go down there. Can I make it? With my tiny little legs?
I would need an athletics check from you.
From anybody that knows to help, right?
Yeah, Seebo's
Yeah.
right there in the second
No, I'm
barricade.
actually right here
Yeah,
right
he
now.
moved over.
Right.
But
Okay.
still, climbing is proficient.
Joan will
for me,
attempt to
so-
go give support.
Okay, so Joan's going to run down there.
Yep.
Okay, so do an athletics check for me.
18.
Okay, yeah, so I think you actually just run, and instead of going down and around, you actually just run and slide down the embankment so you land right next to them. So the 3 of you are going to rush forward and put your shoulders to the wall, and so then I need a strength check to see if you can hold the wall here.
21.
14.
Razark didn't actually do great, he only got an 8. But,
He's an older man, it's alright.
But yeah, between the 3 of you, you are able to hold this wall and keep them from breaking through. The wall is going to take a little bit of damage, but you were able to keep them from pushing through.
Thanks, Joan. Thanks for picking up the slack.
Don't mention it.
And I should also mention, this wall is starting to look pretty battered now. There's bigger holes in it than there were before, and it's definitely taken some beatings.
I think we're gonna need to make a little bit of a retreat to the second wall here pretty soon, guys.
Was this wall always this crumbly?
Amda's up next, and she is going to try to take out one of the skeletons that's right near the wall to give you guys a little bit more cover. Unfortunately, she's bad at attacking, because that's only an 11.
I've done pretty damn well before. Why is she missing now?
I don't know. Joan showed up, and all of a sudden she couldn't shoot, so... It must be just be infectious.
It's a disease.
He makes
She
a better
came down
door
with
than
the
a window.
sickness. She came down with the sickness.
Seebo, you are up.
How disturbing.
Uh,
Yeah, you didn't slosh at all. That's cool. I think Seebo's gonna stay on the ballista again. Send another shot into the horde.
Okay.
16.
That's enough to hit.
Alright, and then 6, 2, 7, 6, so 13.
You take down one of the skeletons with this shot. And I should mention, right now, this horde is looking to be at about half strength.
Good. We're making progress.
You'd think at some point we'd start running out of these suckers.
Mikael, you are up.
I pick another significant skeleton and choose to take another shot with my longbow.
Okay.
I am still backed by catapult.
The cat.
You're still up by the catapult.
Is it loaded?
Did you...
No.
Yeah, because Joan started to load it before he left, right?
Would I have before I ran down the hill to hold the barricade? Because that was out of turn.
That's true. I guess we'll say that kind of the starting the reload is sort of part of the turn. So we'll say, I'll say Mikael could use the catapult if you want to, but that's going to be your whole turn regardless.
So if I use my bow, I can't load it for the next person.
Yeah, you could shoot. I guess you could shoot with your bow and then, as your action, run over and finish loading.
Okay.
But if you want to shoot the catapult, that's going to be your entire turn, is finishing the loading process and
So
shooting
I'll shoot my bow and ready the catapult for the next person.
Okay.
13.
13 is going to hit.
Well done. Well
Squeaked
done
it in there.
For 4 points of damage.
You connect with one of the skeletons, but you are not quite able to drop the one that you hit. So then you were going to run over next to the catapult and sort of finish up I think maybe Joan was in a hurry when he left, and so he didn't quite get the whole process rolling. So you're going to run over there and finish the process to get it reloading. Joan is up.
I'm just gonna, I guess I'll head back to the catapult and use that then. Since that's, I guess, ready for me.
Okay. So, are you going to try and climb back up the hill, or are you going to, kind of try to jump over the barricades and run around?
I guess what's the faster way?
Climbing up the hill is faster. It's going to take a slightly better athletics check, because, especially with your height, I mean, these are just
Wouldn't that put me at an advantage going uphill?
not really.
Okay. I don't
But
know.
getting
I'm not
over-
a tall guy.
Getting over the top of the barricade, you'd have an advantage.
He climbs hills like an inchworm. And because he's taller, he has advantage.
I'm just picturing Jack Skellington right now, really.
So you're
In
saying,
which case he only slides down them.
I guess, would I be able to make it back to the catapult by the other way with the barricades? That's not as high of a check.
Yeah, I think you would probably... What's your movement speed?
30 feet.
I think from where you are, you could probably make it up.
Okay. It doesn't matter either way. Either way, I'm getting there and using it, so... So that is a 10.
I think maybe you trip a little bit when you're going over the second barricade, but you were able to just make it up there.
Alright. Don't worry, guys, I'm fine. And let's use the catapult. That's going to be 10 points of damage.
Was that a critical fail?
I mean, yeah. Technically.
Yeah, so you're able to take out one of the skeletons, but it's not nearly as effective as your shots have been before. Brunhilde is up next.
I'm gonna attempt to shoot the ballista again.
Okay.
15.
That'll hit.
Coolio. Piercing damage is 6. 14. 14 damage altogether.
Okay, you actually take down 2 of the skeletons.
Well done. That's giving it to him.
Razark is up. He's going to start out by trying to use his flamethrower here. Actually, I think he sticks the end of it through one of the holes in the wall, and he fries 2 of these guys.
Burn them back to hell.
And I think, actually, he is going to grab the spear from you, Rhomash. He pushes the skeletons back a little bit as he kind of swings this spear around and knocks them back a bit. Rhomash, you are up.
Gonna attack with the quarterstaff again. 13.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And that is 7 damage.
Okay, so that's actually going to be 14 points of damage. And that is enough to take down 2 of them.
Cool. Do I need to do the spear thing, or is he sufficient for this round?
No, actually, yeah, he made the check.
Alright.
On the strength check, so you were good.
Okay.
So, as the skeletons push forward, they do a little bit of damage on the wall, but not as much as they have before. Next up is the skeletons, so I'm going to roll a check for them here.
Constitution.
Saving throw. And they rolled a nat 20.
Fuck's sake. Okay, so they only take half damage this time. So yeah, they take 8 radiant damage.
Okay. So they get hit, but that's not quite enough to really knock any of them down. They're going to focus all 3 of their shots onto the archers that are up near the top. So we'll go across, we'll go attack on Brunhilde, then Amda, then Seebo. So Brunhilde, 20.
For once, they do hit.
Okay. And that is 4 points of damage you get hit with. And they got a nat 20 on her, actually.
Well,
double damage.
There goes your aunt.
I was wondering.
So she gets hit with 16.
Good
points.
God. Seeing that shot, Rhomash roars in anger.
Okay, Seebo. Apparently they were feeling good about the last attack, and they phoned it in, because that's a 7.
Oh, yeah.
Amda's up next, and she is going to try to launch a round-off and counterattack here. And that is not going to hit. Seebo, we're up to you.
From the ballista, how, would Seebo be able to make it down there?
Make it to where?
Like, make it
First
to
wall?
the
The first barricade?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you need a small athletics check to see if you can slide down the hill, but other than that...
And hop the wall.
Nat 20.
Yeah, you actually,
Flies there.
you find a random shield laying around and you slide down the hill just effortlessly.
Can I get some opportunity attacks while I'm sliding down the hill?
If you want that to be your attack, you definitely
Nah,
can.
Seebo is going to jump into the horde with his daggers.
You crazy little gnome! Good God!
Nice,
So
Seebo.
you're gonna jump over the wall into the horde.
Yeah, guys, I have a disengage action.
From a fucking oh my, that's gonna be one hell of a disengage.
Okay, go ahead and attack, I guess.
I mean, that's
Alright,
cool.
23 for the first dagger, and 21 for the second dagger.
Okay, those are both gonna hit.
I hope so. Do you need an extra D4?
12.
So you actually take down 2 of them as you come flying into this horde here.
And then Seebo's going to take his bonus action to disengage.
Okay. I need you to do a dexterity check for me.
Just straight dex.
Yeah.
That's going to be a 16.
Yeah, you're able to jump over the wall and get back in behind the barricade.
Did you guys see that?
That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Seebo, well done.
Seebo just starts bowing, you know.
Good on ya, lad.
Pulls out his fiddle and just starts fiddling.
Mikael is up next.
I'm a little bit scared. I draw my longbow and fire into the horde again, targeting anybody. 14.
Battle hit.
It's 7 damage.
Yeah, you do some damage on one of the skeletons. Joan is up.
So Joan is gonna get that mechanism started for getting the catapult reloaded, and then he's gonna trek down to lob another firebomb.
And you notice as you're reloading this catapult, after this current shot you're loading, you have 2 rounds left for the catapult.
Well, shucky darn. So, going to lob a firebomb. That's a 7.
Yeah, so that doesn't hit. Brunhilde is up.
I'm gonna launch another ballista shot because that's all that I'm good for.
Okay.
I mean, you could jump into the horde.
Yeah, that, I mean,
Pull a
honestly,
Seebo.
That is an unnatural 20.
That hits.
Okie dokie.
Unnatural though it may be.
It's just not right.
it's just not right.
It's not right. That's a 9 for piercing damage. That's 13 points of damage.
Okay. So you are, you're able to actually take out 2 of the skeletons with that shot.
Yeah.
And as you take stock up there at the top, there are now 10 bolts left for the ballistas. Razark is up next, and he's going to try and use his good old flamethrower. And that is not going to take anybody out. Rhomash, you are up.
Rhomash is gonna do another swing with his quarterstaff.
Okay.
Nat 20. So that is 7 and 10. And apparently we're doubling it because of bludgeoning damage. So that's 20 points of damage for my quarterstaff. And then I'm going to attack with the spear.
Okay.
12.
12 is not going to hit.
That's big. Alright, strength check. Alright, so that's 16 strength check.
That does it. So you are you're able to use the spear even though you don't do a lot of damage with it. You push them back, and the wall only takes a little bit of damage. However, it's looking very, very shaky at this point.
Alright. This is going to be the last time my radiant damage does anything to these guys.
This was the last time?
Yep, this is the last time radiant damage does damage.
Okay. It's 18.
Yeah, that does it. So he'll only take... I rolled 2 1s. They take 1 point of damage.
Alright. Yeah, that doesn't do a whole lot
The
to him.
moonlight just putters out.
Not a great... Yeah, this was the tail end of it. It just kind of sputtered out. Before they take their turn, from the direction of the bend in the pass where you guys saw them come from initially, you hear a gurgling kind of a roar. And around the bend comes a zombified ogre.
Hey, now you can say zombie and it won't be a problem.
And he is now lumbering down the path towards you. So he's not to the horde yet. However, once he gets closer, he will be a separate enemy from the horde of skeletons. The skeletons are actually going to, again, in lieu of attacking, are going to make a push on the barricade to try and break through. So from all the people that are down there, I need a strength check.
Does that include me? Because
No, Seebo's
I'm
down.
back, like, here.
No, the people that are in front of the first
Can I
barricade.
make my way up there to help? Since I'm already down on the path, not up on the hill.
Yeah, do an athletics check.
Oh, that's going to be 17.
Okay, yeah, you make it up there. So everybody that's up there now, go ahead and do a strength check.
Joan McStilts.
13.
11.
15.
You all put your shoulders to the wall, and there is a hard push from the other side, and they are not quite able to break through. But this barricade looks like it is on the verge of collapsing.
I think it's about time we retreat to our second wall.
I very much agree.
So Amda is going to take another shot at these skeletons. And actually, as she shoots at the last one and misses, they actually are going to bust through the wall just as you guys are starting to retreat. Everybody that was back there, do athletics check for me to jump over the wall here.
I got a fucking 7.
Not 7? Okay.
19.
Do you think you could do some sweet tricks to get over that wall?
Rhomash, they're actually going to have an attack of opportunity on you as you're not quite able to make it over.
Alright.
That's going to be a 16.
Yeah, that's my AC, so yeah, they hit me.
Okay. So you get hit with 4 points of damage.
Oh my.
And you are still on the other side of the wall unless one of your companions wants to help you out here. we're back up to the top of the order. Seebo, you're up.
Seebo's jumping back over that wall to give Rhomash a hand.
Okay.
Gotta try and clear space for him so he can get over the wall.
Okay.
18 hits, right?
Yeah, that'll hit.
10.
Okay, yeah, so the 1 dagger hits.
Alright. 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay. That is actually enough to take out one of them. Rhomash, do another athletics check for me to see if you can get back over that wall.
That's a 15.
Okay, yeah, you're able to make it over.
And
Cool.
Seebo's going to use his bonus action to disengage.
Okay. Go ahead and do athletics.
18.
You're good. You guys both make it back over the wall. Mikhail's up.
He's going to make a move to try to re-engage the catapult. Does that take a full turn?
What do you mean, like getting the catapult reloaded?
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to use it, the catapult's ready, because I was getting it ready before I left.
I'll say, yeah, Joan got it going.
You're good to shoot it.
So I pull the lever and launch an arrow.
Well, it's
Folder.
not
That's
arrows.
a big fucking arrow.
It's big, like big
From the
flaming
longbow
fireballs.
that I'm using, it's probably arrows.
Aren't you shooting the
I
catapult?
thought you were shooting the catapult.
The catapult's
pull the
ready and
lever.
it'll take your turn.
The catapult is loaded. So if you're going to
Catapult.
attack with the catapult, that's your turn.
And it does
Otherwise, you
shit
can
ton
shoot
more
your bow.
damage.
Okay, so I use the catapult.
Okay. So it's a D12, and then you multiply whatever you get by 10.
40?
Okay, so you launch for 40 points of damage, and you take out a good chunk of them as this fireball lands in the middle of them.
And I start the reloading
What's that, bro?
process.
Okay. Joan, you are up.
Yep, gonna lob a fireball again.
Okay.
Or
Like
firebomb.
one of the bombs. Okay.
Yep. 23.
That'll hit, yeah.
Okay. 6 damage.
Okay. Brunhilde, you're up.
Another ballista shot.
Okay.
Every day I'm ballasting. I don't know. 21.
That'll hit.
That's 20 damage.
You take out 2 of them with this arrow that comes in.
That's the way it's done.
And
That's what's up, Brunhilde!
at this point, the ogre has actually reached the front lines and is coming forward. He is going to try to, first off, make an attack on Seebo, actually.
Does it smell like onions?
He's a zombified ogre, so I mean,
Rotted onions.
rotted onions sounds
Maybe.
about right.
That's 16.
Nope. 17 armor class, boy!
Wow. And then he also is going to try to push against the wall here and knock some chunks off of it. Nope. Doesn't do that. That was a critical fail. He does nothing to the wall. Razark is up next. And seeing this ogre who's showed up, now he is going to try to use his flamethrower on the ogre. He hits him for 11 points of damage. Next up is Rhomash.
Rhomash is going to cast Cure Wounds on himself as a second level spell.
Okay.
9 HP back to me. And I guess I'm going to use the spear to try and attack the ogre.
Okay.
That's 18.
Oh, yeah. It's
4 points of piercing damage. Am I still doing that strength check?
yeah, do a strength check to try and push it.
8.
So, yeah, you are not able to push them back. And that's going to take full damage. Next up is the skeletons. Actually, they are going to, again, instead of attacking, they're going to try and push fully into the wall here. So we're going to do a strength check.
11.
I got an 18.
So you guys actually are not able to push them back. They actually do kind of a surge here, and they do some more damage to this barricade. It's still standing, but it is, it's got a couple holes in it now at this
Alright,
point.
cool.
So next up is Amda, and she's going to fire off one of the bolts at these guys. So that's enough to take one of them down. And there are now 6 arrows left as we go back to the top of the order with Seebo.
Seebo is going to jump over the barricade behind him. How big are these bombs? Like, can you
hold 2 of them, or is it like a 1 bomb?
You could probably carry 2 of them if you wanted to run somewhere else with them,
But I can't attack.
but you can't throw 2 of them.
Alright, so would it be possible for Seebo to... Do they, like, explode on impact, or...
It's just like a,
Use.
like, yeah, it's like you light a fuse and throw
So
it
if-
kind of thing.
If Seebo wanted to, like, jump over the wall and then toss, like, a few of them over the wall, would that be possible? So that nobody else, like, if other people need to use them, they don't have to.
Okay, I got you. So you're just trying to grab a few and throw them over.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, so let's say, do a athletics check to get over the wall.
14?
So you make it over the wall, and then do a strength check for me.
16.
Okay. And you were able to throw 3 of the bombs, toss them over the wall, and they land on the other side. So now you have 3 up there. In the back part where Joan still is, there are now 10 bombs left back there. Next up is Mikhail.
I'm picking somebody, and I am still launching an arrow from my longbow. For 9.
9 against AC is not
Yeah.
going to hit. The arrow misses, and as you're kind of disappointed, you look up sort of past that. Farther down the pass, you see that another ogre has appeared
Oh,
and is walking down towards the fight.
Fuck me.
Joan is up.
I'm gonna make my way over to the catapult and give it the old heave-ho. Is there a way that I can kind of aim it so that it, like, try and hit the ogre as well as some of the skeletons?
Yeah, the ogre is, like, right next to the skeletons. I think with the catapult being more of a kind of an area of effect sort of thing, I think you can probably hit both. I'm gonna say whatever damage you roll, the ogre takes half of it.
Okay.
So we'll whatever damage you get, we'll just split
Have
it.
Okay, gotcha.
And it'll hit between the 2 instead of being all on one.
Alright guys, this is the last catapult shot we got. Let's hope it counts. That is going to be 100.
Nice. Damn! So that's 50 on the skeletons and 50 on the ogre.
Yes.
So yeah, you take out a good mess of the skeletons, and this ogre is not looking well at this point.
that's one tough fucking ogre.
Brunhilde is up.
I'm gonna aim for that ogre because, dang, dude.
Are you using the
ballista?
the ballista?
Totally, yeah. So we only have like 5 shots after this.
yes. After this, you'll have 5 shots.
13.
Okay, that'll hit.
Sweet. That's 19 damage.
Hell yeah, my
Yeah,
dude.
he gets hit, and he is, like, you're not even sure how he's still on his feet. He just looks incredibly bad. Like a stiff wind would send him back to the grave. So, he is actually going to be up, that last ogre. He is, going to make a final kind of desperate lunge to smash into the barricade and push through. So I need strength checks from everybody that's on the other side.
Can I make my way down there to help?
If you'd like to, yeah.
Alright, do I need to make an athletic check?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright. That's a 17.
Okay, yeah, you make it down there.
Alright, strength check is 22.
I got a 9.
21. You guys give a good push into this wall, and he does some damage, but it is not as much as it would have been otherwise. Next up is Razark. He is going to, he's gonna use his flamethrower on the skeletons again. That's enough to take out one of them. And as he finishes this attack, you see a third ogre has just crested the hill and is coming down.
This is going to
Are you fucking kidding me?
We're just getting warmed up.
Rhomash, you are up.
Alright, Rhomash is going to use a wild shape to turn into Bearmosh.
Okay.
And he is going to roar out. He's going to attack the ogre with his multi-attack. So first is with the bite.
Didn't you have to like climb the wall?
So are you jumping over the wall then?
Well, I do have a climbing speed of 30 feet, so I mean, it's not like I have to make a check for it.
Yeah, I don't think you can reach over this wall
Fuck it.
for him.
Bearmosh is going to dive in.
Okay,
He's
so you're
going for
jumping
the
the wall.
ogre.
Okay.
Yep. Multi-attack it. So first is the bite. 8.
That's gonna hit.
Hell
Armor
yeah!
class is 8, right?
Sure, yeah, let's assume that. So
I think it
he's
is.
gonna take 7 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then claw attack.
And he's actually dead.
Can I do
That
my
still only counts as
Can I
one.
do my claw attack against the skeleton then?
No, you can't switch target.
Well then, Baramash is gonna just
I
try
wish-
and climb back over the
I
wall.
wish that was the original
If I try, I mean he's
joke.
going to, because he has a climb speed.
Brunhilde looks over at Bearmosh and flicks him off.
Flicks him off.
Okay.
Shows him the bird.
Why are you flicking me off?
Okay, so the skeletons are up next. To start with, one of them is going to launch an arrow at Mikhail. 23.
That'll hit.
It's only 3 points of damage.
Ow!
Yeah, it's a little prick there.
God, that hurt.
And then they're also going to try to attack through the wall at, one's going to go for Rhomash, and one of them is going to go for Joan. So for Rhomash, we're looking at, that's an 8.
Nope.
For Joan, we're looking at a 19.
Yep.
That's 5 points of damage. Next up is Amda. She is going to take one of the shots with the ballista here, and she is actually going to shoot at the skeletons. She hits for 17 points of damage,
Hell
and is
yeah.
actually going to take out 2 of them with that. We're up to Seebo.
Seebo's going to light a bomb, toss it over.
Okay, who are you aiming at?
There's still an ogre over there, right?
Yeah, so the second ogre has actually just reached the wall.
Awesome.
Good, let's kick his ass.
So are you aiming for him with the bomb?
Sure am.
Okay.
That is a nat 20, bro. That's 20.
So 40 points of damage.
My
So
God.
you hit this ogre and he just gets blasted.
Guys, again, did you see that? I'm having so much fucking fun here!
He's got big chunks missing off him at this point.
I sneezed. I'm sorry. Could you do it again?
Yeah, Joan, give me a
Mikhail is
second.
up.
So I draw an arrow and launch it.
Okay.
8.
Yeah, that won't hit. So next up is actually going to be the second ogre. He is going to make an attack towards Rhomash here.
Alright.
12.
Yep, that'll do it.
Wow.
Wow.
Squishy.
Wow.
Bears don't have that high AC.
Wow.
Shit ton of health, though.
That's 13 points of damage.
Alright.
Joan is up.
Alright, so I'm gonna lob a bomb over towards him. Trying to aim towards the vicinity of the ogre, I surmise.
Okay.
But not too picky. 7.
That is not going to hit. Brunhilde is up.
So I'm gonna shoot a ballista shot at the second ogre that's like right next to the wall.
Okay.
10?
That'll hit.
20 points of damage.
You hit him for a healthy dose of damage. So you're now down to 3 arrows left. Next up is Razark. He's still trying to clear out the skeletons. He's going to use his flamethrower here, which is good to take out one of them. Next up is going to be the third ogre who has just now arrived. Before his turn happens, Joan, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That is 11.
While you all have been distracted with the ogres and the skeletons, unseen by most of you, the enemy has deployed a secret weapon. This secret weapon came in the form of a trio of fire beetles that have snuck around to the back of the encampment and have now come down just behind Joan. And, using their powers, they actually detonate the remaining bombs next to Joan. So, Joan, you are going to take 13 points of damage as your remaining store of bombs is exploded by these kamikaze fire beetles.
Holy
That-
shit! What was that?
And you were blown backwards.
Alright.
Oh,
What in the hell?
And now this ogre that has just walked up is going to make another attack on the wall itself, actually. He's going to try and push in again. So, for everyone that is down there, I need a strength check.
13.
16.
Razark actually critically failed.
Oh.
So this ogre smashes into the wall and takes out a giant chunk of it, and this wall is looking fairly unsteady.
It was at that moment the party realized they fucked up.
Rhomash! Let's blow the rest of this wall up.
The bear cocks its head like, huh? The fuck? Do you plan to do that?
He's still got bombs. They blew up the ones by Joan.
How many do we have?
I used one of them.
He still has two.
Okay. Whose turn is it?
I don't know. We're about to find out.
Rhomash is up here.
Oh. Rhomash is gonna, I guess, dive at the ogre with the most damage.
Okay.
And do his multi-attack against him.
So you're jumping back over the wall again, correct? Yep. Okay.
First one's a 20, unnatural 20.
That hits.
And the second one is 22.
That also hits.
Okay, so the first one, 11 piercing damage.
Okay.
Second one is 11 slashing damage.
Okay.
Bite and claws.
That ogre looks incredibly unsteady, like he's about to fall over.
Rhomash is going to climb back over the wall and actually run his happy, sorry butt over to the other wall and climb over that wall.
Okay.
To prepare for defending that one.
Alright, I am going to need you to do an athletics check for that, since you're trying to jump over more than one wall here.
Alright. 12.
You make it over the first wall, you don't quite make it over the second wall.
So Rhomash is like halfway up a wall.
So you're about you're still trying to climb up the wall, but you haven't quite made it all the way over.
Correct.
The skeletons are up now. First of all, they're going to try and shoot at Mikhail up there on the top of the hill. That's a 19 against AC.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That's 6 points of damage. And then one of them is going to try and shoot at Brunhilde. 8.
Get that weak shit out of here.
And then another one's going to try and shoot at Amda. And they hit her for 8 points of damage. Wow. She is not looking great. Yeah, she is at 9 hit points right now. Amda is actually up next, and she is gonna take a shot at the ogre that was weakened by Rhomash's attack. Somehow, she doesn't connect with the giant ogre, and there are now 2 bolts left for that. Seebo, you're up.
Would it be possible for Seebo to place the 2 remaining bombs on the wall and light the fuses so that the wall detonates out into this crowd of skeletons and ogres?
Yeah. Do, how about a survival check?
A survival check.
We'll see how much you know about crafting explosives on the fly.
Alright. That is 16.
Okay.
Is that good enough?
Feel a little pyro. Describe how you're setting this up for me.
Alright, so Seebo's gonna grab the 2 remaining bombs and set them up. Probably, the wall's 5 feet, right?
Yeah.
So maybe about a foot in from each side. He's gonna place the 2 bombs and just kind of stick them into the wall and set the fuses up.
Okay, are you staying back there? Are you jumping over the next wall? What are you doing here?
Seebo's gonna yell out to Razark, "Razark, get across! Go, go, go!" And as soon as he sees Razark move, he's gonna light the fuse and run to jump over the wall.
Okay, Razark makes it over the wall. Go ahead and do a athletics for me.
Seebo critically failed.
Oof. He runs into the wall and bounces off. Too bad you don't have that shield with you still.
You light
That's why you don't look at explosions when you walk away.
I'm sorry, I'm still saying I have a movement speed of 25.
Okay,
it's vertical.
So Seebo lights these fuses, runs for the wall, and just completely fails his jump. He smacks right into the wall and falls to the ground. He is actually going to take 9 points of damage as these 2 bombs explode. However, your attack does have the desired effect on the enemies in front of you, and everyone out there is going to take 18 points of damage. So that is going to end up being 2 of the skeletons. That's going to kill the ogre that was damaged, and then that's also going to do some damage on the other one.
Fuck yeah. Good job.
Toy.
I'd say that in character, but Bear Mosh can't talk.
Makes horrible hand signs.
However, Seebo, you are now on your back in front of an oncoming onslaught of skeletons and a zombie ogre. Mikhail, you are up.
I'm sorry. So I'm going to make a shot at the zombie ogre.
Okay.
11.
That's gonna hit.
For 6 damage.
He takes a hit from this arrow. Joan, you are up.
Joan is in a small fit of rage from getting knocked back by the explosion.
Okay.
So he gets up, super pissed off, pulls out his revolver, and casts Chromatic Orb with fire effect at the horde.
Okay. Go ahead and do the attack first.
23.
Yeah, that's gonna hit him.
Okay. 19 points of damage.
That's gonna take one of them out, and that's gonna weaken a couple other ones.
And
you also have a wild magic surge here.
Sad after effect that he had forgotten. He now has to have a wild magic surge.
Okay. Is this another growth one?
I doubt it.
Y'all better pray that this is something good.
I'm praying this is damage against the horde.
As soon as this Chromatic Orb blasts into the horde, a fireball appears and deals 24 points of damage to Joan.
Holy God!
Joan is down for the count.
Oh, wow. So Joan fires off a round and then suddenly looks like he just immolated himself.
Oh, the fireball is there. It's a huge fireball that just drops from out of nowhere from the sky onto them.
Yeah, but nobody was looking at you. They hear you screaming and turn around. And
Are you blowing up again?
Hey, Mikhail, I think we need some lay on hands down there.
Okay.
I'm more than speed.
Well, Brunhilde is up
We
next.
might need a change of clothes first.
He's probably a buck-ass dude now. He burst all his clothes into flame.
Brunhilde, you're up.
She sees Seebo go down, and so she jumps over and stands between him and the ogre and makes an attack against the ogre with her great axe.
Okay, so you're jumping down from up on top of the hill.
Yep.
Okay, do an athletics check for me.
That's a 20.
You know what? I'm actually going to give you, with a 20, I'll say that your run down the hill as you come flying down gives you advantage on this attack against the ogre.
Oh, sweet. 24 for
That hits him.
Alright, so we're gonna attack against him. 12.
You catch a nice chop on the side of this guy. I think you actually cut a big old meaty chunk out of the side of him. Razark is up next, and he's actually going to continue trying to suppress the skeleton horde that's pushing in on the wall, which is enough to take down one of the skeletons. Next up is the ogre. The ogre is going to try to make an attack on Brunhilde.
It's not happy.
That's a nat 20.
I'm gonna take a superiority die and use parry. When another creature damages you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction to expend one of your superiority dice, and you get to deaden the attack, your roll plus your dexterity, or like take
So you
out
can reduce the damage.
reduce the damage. Yeah. So that's 10.
Okay. So I only got a 9, so that blocks the attack. Rhomash is up.
Alright, Bear Mosh is gonna wiggle his way backwards, back towards the ogre, and he's gonna attack the ogre.
Okay.
Your first, with the bite, is an 18.
That hits.
The claws is a 9.
That's also gonna hit.
Bite, he does 11 damage, and with the claws, he does 10 damage. So 21 in total.
Yeah, you take another good chunk out of this dude, and he is not looking great right now. So the skeletons are up next, and the skeletons are actually just going to double down on their assault of this wall, and they're going to try and make a push on the wall. So who actually is still behind the wall? I think it's just Rhomash and Razark at this point.
Rhomash is
behind the wall.
I'm in front of the wall, dude.
It's
Oh, you're
really
in front, so it's just Razark.
Yeah.
So is anything going to happen to me?
But they're like,
No.
they'd have to go through us before they can push on the wall. We're all like...
But they're around you.
Alright.
You guys are in the horde right
Right.
now. You're basically like...
How dare you turn on us?
Think of it
As you're swinging your weapons, you're basically like opening areas for yourself.
Okay.
They are all around you. So he is not nearly strong enough to hold them back by himself. And they actually are going to breach through the wall.
Fuck.
So they have pushed through. So you guys are all now down, like, kind of in the pit. And also your fallback point is now much farther away than it was before. It's not just a quick hop to get back away from them.
So now we just have to fight the fucking horde.
Amda's up next. She's still up on the hill. She's going to use one of the last arrows here to try and attack, get some of the horde members taken down. That takes down one of them.
Today?
There are only a few of the skeletons that are left, as well as this ogre. Going back up to the top of the order was Seebo.
Seebo gets up, brushes the rubble off of him, gives a quick look at Brunhilde and thank you, pulls out his 2 daggers and runs right back into the mix of it. Nat 20 on the first dagger, 22 on the second
Yeah,
dagger.
both gonna hit. First one will be double damage.
And then since I have other people within 6 feet of me, I'm gonna also do my bonus attack, which is an extra d6 of damage.
Okay.
18 damage.
So that takes out 2 more of the skeletons. There are now only 10 of them left. Mikhail is going to be up.
I cast a Shield of Faith on myself and attacks the skeleton horde. Charges forward with his rapier.
Okay. So you do actually need to do an athletics check.
It's 14.
Yeah, I think with a 14 you're able to make it down.
15.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
11.
Okay, so you take another one of them out. Joan.
That is a failure.
Yeah, so that's a fail for Joan. Okay, Brunhilde, you are up.
Is that ogre still up?
Yup.
We're going to take a swing at him. 14.
That hits him.
That's 8 points of damage.
He's not looking great. He's definitely been beat up here. Razark is up next. He's still using his flamethrower to try and hold back the horde of skeletons here. So he takes out another one. The ogre is up now. He's actually going to try and lumber forward and go back after Seebo. He rolled a nat 20.
He rolls anything over a 5.
12 points of damage.
Yeah, Seebo's down.
Alright, Seebo gets pounded with a double-fisted strike from this ogre, and he drops to the ground unconscious.
Anyone bring potions?
Rhomash, you are up.
Rhomash is going to return to his normal form, run over to Joan, and cast Cure Wounds on him.
Go ahead.
You get 5 HP.
Oh, what happened?
Just wasted a spell on you. Don't go down again.
I appreciate it, and I will return the favor.
Okay, the skeletons are up now. One of their attacks is going to go towards Brunhilde. That is another nat 20.
I'm going to do another superiority die.
Do superiority dice still count on that attacks?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly why I'm doing it.
Okay.
That's 10.
I love you, bud.
4, so you don't take any of that damage.
Get that shit out of here.
Next attack is gonna go towards Razark, actually. Takes 3 points of damage. That also marks the first time that Razark has actually gotten hit in this battle.
He a sturdy boy.
Been a wily veteran.
That's why he's been around so long.
And then the final attack, they're gonna take a swing at Mikhail here. An 11.
Not
Probably
gonna
gonna hit. Yeah. Amna's up next, and she is going to use the last bolt in the quiver here and take a shot at the ogre. And she hits him for 14 points of damage. The ogre is looking incredibly unsteady. He's got some black goop dripping out of him, and he's stumbling around here.
Take him out. He does the most damage.
And Seebo, we're up to you again.
Dewey, squirrel, deranged bastard.
Alrighty.
No, he's on the ground.
17!
Okay, that's a
Good
save.
stuff, good stuff.
Excellent!
Don't have to worry about
Mikael is up next.
He's going to go after the next opponent that appears in front of him. He's,
That's a skeleton, I assume.
challenger.
Surprise! It's Rhomash!
He attacks the skeleton in front of him. For 21.
Yep, that hits.
11 points of damage.
Yeah, that's enough to take down another one of the skeletons. You have 7 skeletons left. Next up is Joan, yes.
Yeah, here's a question If I use a spell that is not an attack spell, e.g. False Life, which grants myself temporary hit points, do I need to, roll a Wild Magic Surge if I do that, since it's not an attack using the gun?
I think in this instance, since you are not trying to direct the magic at anyone else, you are just using it on yourself, I think that would not count for the Wild Magic Surge.
So that, or, if I use it on myself, Misty Step, because those are the two I have that aren't attack.
Right, yeah, I think using it, because since you wouldn't necessarily have to, in a normal sense even, you wouldn't be expending any sort of a bullet or anything, I think that doesn't count.
Yeah, because I don't knock off a bullet for that. Okay, so I'm going to take all 3 of my sorcery points that I have and transfer them into a 2nd level spell slot as a bonus action, and then use False Life as a 2nd level spell. So I gain 5 additional temporary hit points for each spell slot level above first. Since it's a 2nd level spell, I get 5 hit points plus the 1d4 plus 4.
Okay.
So I get 11 points, bringing me up to 16 hit points, and then I am going to back the truck up as far as I can away from these guys without being away from battle.
Okay. Brunhilde is up.
Guess I'm gonna take another swing at that ogre.
Okay.
12. You hit.
Yeah, it's 12. You hit.
You can do that.
That's 7 points of damage.
Okay, yeah, actually with this last final swing, you bring down this ogre. You catch him in the kneecap and drop him to the ground. Razark is up next, going ahead with his flamethrower here. He takes down another one of them. There are now 6 of the skeletons left. Rhomash. Or no, I'm sorry, the ogre goes after.
Isn't the ogre dead?
No, because this is actually an instance where it's gonna make a difference. So I have to get above a 13 on a Constitution roll. And that's a nat 20. Zombies have a thing, Undead Fortitude, so if damage reduces the zombie to 0 hit points, it must make a Constitution saving throw with a DC of 5 plus the damage taken. On success, the zombie drops to 1 hit point instead. I haven't done it for the other 2 because both the attacks previously were so crazy high that it wasn't even worth rolling. But this time it was actually close. So yeah, so he actually gets back up, and I think he actually is on one leg because Brunhilde cut his other leg off. So he's actually just going to try to fall with his shoulder, kind of pile drive into Brunhilde. 8 on the attack.
I'll waste one of my superiority dice to do a repose.
Okay.
When an attack misses, I do 1d8 damage back at him.
Okay. He's dead, it doesn't matter what you roll.
So, please set this up, because this is the coolest shit.
So,
FWE.
This, you actually, okay, so here's...
RKO out of nowhere.
Alright, so here's what happens. You, on this past attack, you swung and cut this ogre at the knee, cut his leg off. As he was falling forward, he caught himself on his hands and sort of pushed himself back up, balanced himself on the one leg, and attempted to pile drive down into you with his shoulder. As he does so, Brunhilde takes a large sidestep, and as she does so, swings her great axe down and brings it down on his neck as he falls, severing the head of this ogre.
She just looks at him and spits.
Rhomash is up now.
Rhomash is going to whip his quarterstaff out and is going to go for the nearest skeleton.
Okay.
What's going on whipping your quarterstaff out like that, big guy?
4 against AC.
Yeah, that will not hit.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
So now up is the skeletons. So we're going to have one of them is going to go after Rhomash here. It's a 22.
Yeah, that hits.
So that is 5 points of damage on you. One of them is going to go after Mikael. That is a 20.
That'll hit.
And that's 8 points of damage. And then a third one's going to go after Razar. That's not going to hit him.
The DM-controlled character gets to get away without getting hit.
I can't control the dice go. Amda's up next. She's actually going to run over and stabilize Seebo. And that'll be her turn.
He's got 2 hours before he
But
gets a hit point.
Isn't he up now, though?
No, in
he's
2 hours
unconscious.
he will be up.
Okay.
He just doesn't have to make death save throws.
Alright, so she stabilizes Seebo. So we're gonna skip over Seebo's turn then. So Mikael's up.
I use my rapier. There's 6 feet to front lines.
I thought you were just in the thing.
Yeah, I mean
You're in it.
You're in it still. You're pretty close. They're all right there.
That's 10.
Yeah, that's not gonna do it. Joan is up.
Jonah's going to charge in and take on a skeleton with his quarterstaff.
Okay.
So that is going to be 15.
That will hit.
Okay. So 6 damage.
Okay, so that actually does 12 points of damage.
Hokey pokey!
It's because they're vulnerable to bludgeon.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And that's gonna take out 2 of the skeletons as you swing around. I think you actually knock 2 of their heads off with this swing. Brunhilde is up.
I'm gonna take a swing at some of those skeleton bros.
Alright.
22.
That hit.
12.
Okay, that's enough to take another one of them down. Razark is up next, and he is going to ignite his flamethrower again here. So he takes out another one of them. So you now have 2 of these skeletons left. Rhomash, you are up.
Rhomash is going for it.
Okay.
End it all with his quarterstaff. Nat 20.
Ooh, big money.
Quad damage.
Roll that damage, boy.
7 times 4 is 28.
As you run forward, you hold your staff out in front of you and stick it straight into the eye socket of one of the skeletons. Rip the skull clean off, spin your staff around your head, and fling the skull at the other skeleton, knocking it over.
Ha ha! My man!
And they are down.
Rhomash roars in triumph.
And as the last enemy is felled on the field, Razar turns to you all and says, "Well, that was fun."